That was good.
Thanks, mate. Can you see that?
No, that's recording, so it's totally going at the start right now.
NASA. Beta. Alpha.
Welcome to the late night news.
Did you just start off with a slurp?
About it.
You've ruined it.
There's
no
rules.
one's going to listen to the rest of this podcast now. That's about games on the 91st episode of the Trusty Crowbar.
Oh, sorry, you were continuing that.
Bickies.
I sort of failed that.
Biscuit.
I
tea.
feel very out of place at the minute with
Yeah, because you hardly ever come to the bloody podcast, mate. You've been here about 16% of the time.
We should go back and map that.
What's that?
The amount of times people have been on the podcast.
Yeah, you're out of bloody sick days.
Useless days. Doing nothing.
And then half the time you hear just an empty shell.
Just staring off into the wall.
What are you bringing? You bringing your good looks?
Well, I'm bringing...
Well, now we're a video podcast. Everyone can appreciate them.
He's definitely bringing hair.
I'm Lucas
Out of his
Winningslow.
shirt. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm Rhys Winningslow.
I'm Douglas Bright, and this is our guest.
Cole Taylor? Yeah, man.
But you're like, Cole Taylor, maybe?
I brought
Is that me?
I saw the whole looking around and like, do I need to like just jump in and start talking? Or
Now, to anyone that's listening, if you actually do
Or
jump
watching.
on... Or watching. I was going to get to that, right? That we are... If you ever hear a noise of something coming unstuck from a table, like if
Like
you
that.
could hear that, I don't know, you might not, but me and Doug actually worked really, really hard on the weekend to
I don't think we want to admit
make our table
that
look
we worked really hard on this.
horrible. Look absolutely horrible.
Had a few days
we
off.
sprayed it black, we ripped up some glue, the glue didn't come off. Doug also decided to leave the table out in the rain. Useless.
Real rustic.
Useless
Yeah, it's
person.
good.
look
Now
at that.
he's making a
He's got a
placemat.
makeshift placemat.
So we have a really fancy table. That's not fancy, it's black, but I don't think on the video will come out looking horrible.
It's called
But
the
it does.
Trusty Table.
It does. Looks very
It's a
bad.
rusty rusty trable?
Rusty trable.
Rusty
Crusty
treble?
Rusty trombone. Let's not talk
Is
about
it episode 91?
It is
I just
episode
said-
91.
Bang.
Trusty Crowbar, and yeah,
And we're coming up 2 years. Do you know what was our exact start date?
December 3rd. I'm pretty sure.
Christmas season.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Crazy.
Did you guys know that it has now been a year since the PS4 and Xbox One have come out?
I do because the internet told me.
Yeah, the internet's been saying that a lot.
Well, it's your first year on PlayStation 4 and Xbox.
No, it's been really good. I've touched it once. I
don't know. You have touched one?
Yeah, I've touched one once.
An Xbox One? That's
No,
going
the
to be
other
really
one, PS4.
loud.
Now I
There's-
wonder if there's going to be much noise of the rain that's bucketing down outside. So if you
Oh,
just want to
there goes the power.
listen and
Oh,
feel
no, that was just your screen turning off, Doug,
feel the essence of
I think.
Because we're in
relaxation.
the Australian outback.
Yeah. Mark, the rains are here.
Just a corn.
Corn, you dickhead. It's alright, it's an Australian ad. No one will get it, other than Aussies. McCain's.
This is very loud, isn't it?
It is. That doesn't matter. It might be in the background. Who gives a shit?
Oh, it's
It's kind of like on Minecraft.
This is-
Where
yeah.
you're like, damn it, it's raining.
It's one of those soothing podcast episodes where people can listen to as they're falling asleep.
Yep.
Which is probably
They
every
can listen
podcast
to my
episode.
lovely monotones.
Yeah, so Cole, you had a PlayStation for... So you've got one yourself, a PS4?
No, so I borrowed a mate's one.
I only touched it once.
Yeah, then I was like, oh, let me borrow it. And he had Thief, I guess. And I was like, this game's
Oh,
So
no.
now that's
Yeah.
why you probably really enjoy PlayStation. Horrible game.
And then I was like, oh, I'll go back to my 360. So then I've been playing Madden, Dark Souls 2.
Now, we have not
So you
had...
actually play Dark Souls? No, let's not talk about sport yet, Lucas.
No, I do have
Shut up, Lucas.
Dark
So,
Souls.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, people find it really hard. It's not. It's just like, oh, yeah, this guy's slow, this guy's fast.
But have
and
you played
just
the
do it.
original Dark Souls game?
Hold on, have I
parts
played
of
this
it.
game?
We normally call it Dark Souls 1, Lucas.
Yeah, the original.
There's
Have
only
I
two of
played
them.
this game?
I don't think so,
No.
Doug. I think this is a game you'd go,
What
wow,
was
this takes time and effort. I don't want to play that because I've still got Mass Effect to play.
What was the game that I played that I couldn't even pass the first boss that was a big ogre thing?
It could have been Dark Souls, actually. Could have been the first.
Where
Okay,
there's
probably-
like no save.
Well,
Yeah.
you're meant to die against the first big boss, I'm pretty sure. Is that right?
Apparently.
Have you played Dark Souls 1?
Yeah, like the middle of it, though.
Or the middle of it?
Yeah, I just like picked up
So
the
you're
guy's game. He's
why
like, what are you
not?
doing? I'm like, spending all your shit. So, yeah.
Well, apparently
Spicy ruined
Dark
his save,
Souls
so-
2 Dark Souls 2 is a lot easier than the first one. Yeah.
It is. This is the first time in the podcast that Doug's actually gotten up twice to go do something. Horrible person.
Gone?
He's just an idiot.
We're going to have Uncharted 3.
What is he doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
Where are you going, Doug?
He's bringing...
He's coming He's coming to show games. He gets a bit rowdy around you, I think, Carl.
Yeah, he enjoys my company.
Gets a bit childish.
Sometimes.
Actually, I haven't... Oh, standing at the microphone.
Yep.
Have you looked at the two covers?
The two-
Why do you have both?
GTA.
Yeah.
Well, because
That
it
is the
came out
game
on
of-
PS3.
I now
originally.
have both internet.
Yeah, and it's the same game.
No.
Whoa,
what?
whoa,
Hey,
whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Isn't it?
Right, we can talk about GTA, can't we?
Hang on.
shooter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Hang on,
change
hang
the
on.
FPS.
That's
yeah,
the same game. How many Madden games have you won in the last fucking
Oh,
5
They
years?
charge a fair bit.
6 to 13.
Yeah, they haven't changed since 97, mate. So
No, they change because if you line them all up, they all say Madden and then the year,
No, and
and
it's
they
a
all
bit-
say apart from one, which was developed by which
EA?
hang on, we're getting
yeah,
full-
all developed by EA, but then it was like 09. Had
But
a black
EA's
guy
only
running
ever
the
the-
whole thing instead of like a white guy, and it flipped. So they all say Madden and then the year, and this one says Madden and then the year up top. So you put
Really?
them all in line, and then that one's out of place. And you're like, oh, you
But then
throw
there's
it
also
on.
Madden NFL 25 or something like that.
Yeah, so
which was
and,
way out of whack.
13, 14, then there was the 25th year of Madden.
Yeah.
You have a genuine interest in sporting games.
No, it was because my mate who I used to live with is playing it now, and he's like, "God, it's sick."
Sick as
Which
bro.
one?
Screw
Madden?
14, and then he's got 15 as well. So it's I play 13, and he plays.
No, we don't
25.
usually play sports games here at all because
Ever.
we feel if you can play a sport, you would get out there and do it.
Cole can do both.
Multi-talented.
That's not really why we think about it. We just don't even play sport.
No, I'd rather shoot people.
So
You can do
tackle
that in
people.
games,
Oh, really?
like in sport games.
Hold up. What sport game are you playing?
Water polo.
water
Goals.
water polo. The you got like the only sport game. All sport games are usually rated G. The only one that we sell at work that's actually rated a high rating.
There's like violence and
Yeah,
Or
except for NHL. That's
Yeah, 'cause
always
you
that's
can
always
fight.
Because that's got
PG.
fighting.
yeah, because the first thing is like how to move, and then the next thing in the tutorial is press
punch.
back, and you start a fight. And it's just like straight into
You
it.
do
like,
that almost straight away. That's all. You literally skate around for 5
Yeah,
minutes
it
and
teaches you how to
fight.
move, and then it's like how to fight, and then there's how to shoot and how to pass. In that order. And you're like, "Hmm."
So it is GTA
Yeah.
on ice. It's Grand Theft Auto on
That
ice.
makes sense.
So what draws you to the like Madden?
Don't cover your mouth when you
I don't
talk,
know.
Rito.
I can talk into the microphone here.
What?
Because it's not really a
sports?
sport that gets played over in Australia too often.
Oh, you just
Yeah,
mean
like
as a
people play-
sporting game.
As a sporting game in general, yeah.
Yeah, like my brother plays AFL Live, which
Yeah.
is just a terrible game. Because
I've heard that.
Yeah, you just pick the ruckman, let him bomb at 60 metres, and you're in the forward 50. There's no real...
We can rag on
thing.
Jake because
Oh, he's just saying numbers now. I have no idea what you're saying. You're actually saying sport lingo. I have
So
no
lost with
fucking clue what you're talking about. Ruckman
And then-
450, 620.
It's funny that your brother, like, he loves like Civ. What's the latest Civ? Whatever.
5,
Like he's
Beyond Earth.
played truckloads of hours. I could probably check how many hours he's played, and yet he's like pretty typical jock. And then the only other games he plays are sporting ones. And then, like you said,
Oh,
to
no,
the-
he likes Spore as well. You remember that game? Where you
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he loves Spore. We both love Spore.
So he
Spore
likes
stuff.
the
but like they're
Sid
weird.
Meier's games, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess. But
The-
yeah, he
the
plays
max-
that. And, you know, like most people, I guess, all our collective ages play FIFA. Like, they go around,
Yeah.
have a couple of beers, play FIFA.
Yeah, FIFA's
Not
the-
into FIFA.
No.
That's way too
You don't enjoy it?
Nah.
Yeah, soccer is quite boring. I did play it for about 5 years. I was horrible at it. We
Every
didn't-
year
we
I
never
get,
won.
I get free copies of FIFA through work, and they just stay sealed. So I've got FIFA 15 and FIFA 14 just sitting at home. I'm like, yeah, they're never going to go on the machine.
You play any sports games, Doug?
Nope.
No.
The only one
Not
ever.
even like Blood Bowl.
No, the only one ever was the
No,
Was that
I
old
do know
school?
Blood Bowl.
one of the
Yeah,
SNES games? Doug never played SNES games.
Fight Night.
No, it's on PC now.
Yeah, you can,
Oh.
get, yeah, you can get the new one.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Good times.
Yeah, I played one of the Fight Nights.
Actually,
Yeah.
I have played all the
The one that
boxing
had
ones. Fight Nights are
Tyson and Muhammad Ali on the cover.
Super KO Boxing 2, the one on the iPhone.
Didn't play that.
fun. What?
You have like
No.
move left, move right, and then punch right, punch left.
So it seems very much like,
Mike Tyson boxing.
yeah, what was it on the NES?
The NES, yeah.
Knockout? Wasn't that
Yeah.
what it was called? Yeah.
Mike Tyson knockout.
Yeah. Probably more detailed than that. Couldn't beat Mike Tyson.
Oh.
Mike Tyson can't even beat Mike Tyson on boxing. Did you see
Is
that?
there a video of him doing
He
that?
played it at, on Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they made Mike Tyson fight Mike Tyson. Horrible.
Cole's parents, I was around there having some beers the other night, and they had some good nostalgia stories of console stuff that come up because the podcast got mentioned. That
just offhand, just be like someone in the background, just, podcast.
No,
No.
Cole brought it up.
I was yapping on about Doug Beam famous and shoes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure. And then I was like, oh, this is real awkward. You're
You're like, I am famous, and now they know, and now they want all this money.
They
And
probably didn't quite recognise my voice. Like, maybe that's why.
Yeah, which is why me and my old man were drinking Carlton Dries, and Doug brought like Rabbit Hole, some fancy schmancy 6-pack beer.
It was delicious.
You can buy that in Slabs, like it's not calm.
it wasn't
It's
real
expensive.
beer. It was literally
No, it
just
does.
water in a bottle. He has to preserve that voice of his.
But Jake's Cole's brother. Apparently,
my brother.
just, yeah,
Thanks,
I'm
Doug.
confused here.
Really not a puzzle at all. I'm sure it was a simple thing that you've been friends with
Even
for
the same parents,
for such a
like,
long
the same
time.
parents.
You'd probably worked that out a while ago.
Thank you.
That's okay.
But, Jake born 87.
Who Cole's brother?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just
I
making
think we're all
sure.
born-
Yeah, I need to follow along with this.
Yeah.
So the year of although it was end of 87, so I suppose 88, and would it have been NES?
No, hang on. Just because it's near the end of a year doesn't mean it's the next year.
No, it is like right at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It
Hang
would
on,
have
Rhys,
been-
you
December
were
18.
born in 1990, mate.
No, damn it. 89.
No, so this story took place in.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
right.
Okay,
Straight
you're
after
right.
birth.
What console would have been out then?
Of what? 80.
Nintendo, yeah.
The SNES.
No. It would have been
Yeah,
like the
NES.
friggin' Atari
NES.
or something.
No,
Like, or the
no.
Commodore 64.
So I was like,
You
the console.
said 88.
Yeah.
It was not the NES at all. The NES came out when we were kids.
No, the NES came out.
No, or was it
before
Super
that.
Nintendo that came
No,
out then?
whoa.
NES came out before, before I was born.
No.
I'm sure it did.
Maybe it
Google
did.
that shit.
I'm going to Google
Google
that.
Because
I remember getting a NES for Christmas
As if-
when I was a kid, so
no,
maybe...
no, you got it because someone would have traded it into Dad's second-hand shop.
Possibly.
You would have been like, sweet, I stiffed this guy some money, and now I can give it to my kids. Yep, that's true.
But,
Damn kids.
I just
Damn you.
enjoyed the story of the time, given that probably fair to say that your old man would have been a jock in his young days too.
Yeah.
To like just generalise someone heaps, but
Yeah,
definitely
he's
like
fat. Yeah, typical jock. Yeah.
But played heaps of sport, and I never pegged that he would have played any console ever. And yet, apparently, when Jake was like baby, he's like sitting there meant
Well,
to be
he was
looking
like-
after the kid, and he's
Just like
just
sitting in
playing.
his lap.
So he's like playing NES. I'm like, whoa! I didn't know that happened in the '80s still.
Now, what
Like,
game was he playing?
You were right. It
Oh, it
was
was
the NES
some
came out in 87.
shitty like racing game. It was awful.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
It's probably F-Zero. A really good game.
That wasn't it 64?
No, it was like way
Yeah,
better.
we
I
never
think
did
it
the
was-
64 thing.
You never did the 64 thing.
No,
Doug
so we
never-
went over to a reckless as house, the baddies. We went. They had like I don't know, 1 million sons or whatever. Like that's what it felt like.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah,
It's a
It
big
was just, like,
house.
kids running everywhere. Like the upstairs was much like this place. Just had mattresses everywhere because all their friends would just stay over for no reason. But yeah, it was just like, oh yeah, we've got 8 controllers for the 64, and we'd all play.
8 controllers.
8, hold up.
Well, how many?
This doesn't sound plausible. Go, I don't know if I believe your story now. This isn't a
like,
Wii
I
U.
know, I didn't have.
This is a kid's
64.
made up shit.
It was like 5.
this is his memory from 8.
Yeah, there was 1 million controllers. I don't know, maybe I was given
each controller looked like 2 because of the freaking.
Yeah.
So 1 million kids and 8 controllers.
It's a long time playing.
That's a lot of sharing.
Hang on, the 1 million kids is plausible, but 8 controllers and 64, that is fucking way out.
All right, so 64 out of 4 controllers.
Yeah, no,
so
everybody
that's
was playing like Mario Kart, and I remember
Yep.
doing that on the fatback
the
TV. that was
CRT,
tiny.
the CRT
Yeah,
TVs.
yeah.
Just doing that,
Tube
and I was just
telly.
like, went home. I'm like, oh, we have a 64. Like,
Yeah, what's
where's
going
this
on?
shit at? And I went home. We got a SNES. I'm like, oh,
Oh, whoa! They downgraded you, mate.
yeah. I guess I'll just play Mario. Like,
Yeah, not even. No, you can play Mario Kart, but not Mario Kart 64.
obviously.
You weren't looked
There
after.
was a Mario Kart on SNES.
Yeah.
The original.
Well, the only thing I played was the Three Lost Vikings, which is that screen
Whoa!
game.
The original Blizzard games.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's an awesome game.
I never got to play them.
Yes, we did.
Maybe I did.
Yes,
Well,
we
why
did.
didn't you ask me last year? And I could have given you like my whole SNES and then all the games you had. And it
you
still
sell
worked.
them?
It was
Did
perfect.
you get rid of them?
Yeah, well, yeah.
What'd you do that for?
Yeah, it was like $10.
What?
$10.
Yeah, got myself a beer.
No, half a beer.
I was hungry.
2 beers. Fuck, they're cheap beers.
That's cheap beers.
it's hot.
Was it like Doug's beers?
No,
that wouldn't have
lots.
been Doug's beers. That would have been $10 for Doug's beers.
For a beer, yeah. Half a beer.
Well, since we are talking about 64, I did hook up my 64, and me and Lucas, well, Luke paid for it, so that's fine. But we got a really, really good find of a 64 with Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Diddy Kong Racing,
Mario
Pokemon
Kart.
Snap, Mario Kart,
Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. All these awesome games that are worth a fair bit. $45.
Oh, yeah. was super chuffed.
When did this happen? Did I know about this?
This is why I bought you. This is why I bought you over a 64, Doug.
Ah,
So
okay.
now you own a
And then we got a 64 as well. And that,
Can we play
Lucas did.
online?
Yeah, actually, you can get the 64.
Yeah, you just got to get you got to get the one with the 8 controller ports, and then that's got the internet capability still.
This is what happens when you get a jock to come on a video game podcast, makes just shit up, alright?
And then I'll get my million friends around. We'll have a wild kegger.
Mate, Facebook is insane when you've got that many friends, alright?
1 million.
Do you know?
No.
No, good.
Yeah,
There we go.
horrible. You just don't have any friends on Facebook.
Nope.
No, but. Okay, so when we had the 64, I never used to play Smash Brothers. I didn't enjoy it because I sucked at it.
Me neither.
And I didn't get it. I didn't get the game. You kept punching people and they didn't die.
I didn't understand why you were Pikachu and you punched instead of like
Didn't do anything.
Did like a menu where you would select attack.
Well, Smash Brothers would be the only Pokemon game where they actually do Pokemon. You actually see Pokemon hitting someone.
Yeah,
No other Pokemon in any Pokemon game do that. It's all just these
a little movement,
useless animations like that. Did you ever play? You never play? No, shut up. And I didn't
I'll
enjoy.
just sit there like, fuck, I'm bored.
I didn't enjoy Smash Brothers then, but now I played it back with one of my mates, and I was winning. I was happy, and I actually really, really enjoyed it. So it does make me slightly want the new new Smash Brothers Wii U version, but I don't have a Wii U.
I was the same, never enjoyed it originally.
Whereas, hold up, you can have 8 controllers
Ooh.
in the Wii U. So
Boom, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what
8 friends.
connection.
Or 7
Yeah,
friends.
makes sense.
But never got it because everyone else that already played it didn't understand the controls. And people were like, yeah, let's play. And definitely a game that's not enjoyable when you don't know what's going on.
No.
And
Which is
everyone-
why he was winning when he was just like, oh, Smash Bros sucks. I'll bring my friends along. When they've never played it.
No,
I'll
and actually,
whoop their ass.
I'll
one of
bring
my mates did
million
actually play.
friends.
He played it all the
I know how to
time.
play.
And he kept telling me, he's like, yeah, use this character. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to try them all out. I just destroyed him with all of them. I think they bet me once. So that was fine.
You've got a bit of dust in your shoulder there.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty good.
I seriously was looking for the dust then.
Because that actually happens.
But
to
like,
Lucas.
because I've got the 64 hooked up, I have been playing a lot more games. I actually started playing Conkers Bad Fur Day again.
Yeah, that I
That's-
found. Rhys was
In a
Rhys was,
box.
yapping on about, oh man, I wish I had Conkers Bad Fur Day and stuff. And I said to him, I think I got it, but I don't know if I still do. And he's like, yeah, right, pfft, like we'd have Conkers Bad Fur Day. I looked in the cupboard, pulled out like my old 64, unzipped it, and there it was, Conkers Bad Fur Day, already in the case and everything
Yeah.
like that.
Good
So I
days.
just sent him a picture of it. I was just like, hey, look what I found. And I got like,
I was very, very
very
happy.
obscene.
I swore a lot.
Yeah.
It's good. Did you ever play
Message back
Conkers
from
Bad
it.
Fur Day?
No, I heard it's got a big piece of shit in it.
Yeah, big mighty poo.
Mad pun.
Throws
Mad
poop
pun.
at you. Yeah, it does. It is. It's
You know more
great
things
fun.
about it than me.
This
Yeah, it's because I watch YouTube.
This game was the one game where a lot of parents didn't realise that video games could be crude and violent and have blood and sex references in them.
Even though there was an MA rating on the actual box.
As if any parent would ever look
played
at that
Legends
back in
of
those days. So I love that game, play the shit out of it, and now I've still been playing it.
What's the game about?
Conkers Bad Fur Day.
You just said the
you're
title
a squirrel.
again.
You're a squirrel.
Squirrel.
Where
million.
you're trying to, I think, save your missus, but it just gets messed up.
What's the
and-
game style?
It's kind of like Banjo-Kazooie and Mario 64 and all that. Like,
Okay.
nearly every game was out on
With
64. There's sunflowers with big giant tits that you jump on. There's references of a bee pollinating the sunflower, but it's all... yeah, baby.
It's very adult
Oh,
content.
yeah. And there's
Still
people blow up, blood, guts go everywhere.
Was this
cut
like
up.
a Japanese title?
No,
Yeah.
this was
No.
rareware.
This is
like a
made by
normal
Rare,
game.
so made by the people that made Donkey Kong.
Did anyone play the old Dragon Ball Zs? They had sexual things in them off Super Nintendo. Like
Yeah.
in the old, whatever the old guy.
Probably
who's
yeah,
out
Master
of it.
Roshi.
Master Roshi,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's like a filthy seed.
Yeah,
and
yeah, he
wanted to
is.
sniff undies and stuff.
Yeah. He always
Yeah.
did that.
Yep.
That's Master Roshi.
Never
He loves
watched
that.
Dragon Ball Z. Never got into it.
Mate,
Whoa,
Almost.
you haven't lived, man.
get out.
Every
get out of here.
morning.
Seems like if all you have so many hobbies, seems like that one thing that would have been one of your hobbies, watching Dragon Ball Z.
You call that a hobby?
Yeah. There's so many episodes.
So every type of TV show that you watch is a separate hobby.
Yep.
No,
It's like,
I
oh,
think Dragon Ball Z would have had to be a hobby because it was like intense to get up in the morning and like
And find out that golf was on TV.
Yeah, see, I used to like do that. People were like, oh, like you get to school and people are like, oh, you watch Dragon Ball Z? Like, nah.
What did you do?
Play GTA 2.
Wow.
On the PS1. Oh yeah.
You got
Every
you're
morning
allowed to do that?
for like 4 years.
Because you got to like, you don't just like progress in the missions. You kind of just do your missions, and then you got to earn a certain amount of money to move
and
to the
kill
next,
people.
to move to the next thing. So you're just like, oh, gotta earn cash.
Whereas everyone else is watching Dragon Ball Z.
Did you drive a
having a
Z
good time.
car?
Yeah, the Z car.
Yeah, that
and
was
the
the best.
and the shark. Oh yeah.
The Z
Did
Castle.
you, did you continue along with the GTA series? Like play them?
Yeah, so
consecutively?
I've got everybody but Liberty City Stories.
Yeah.
Do you have GTA 5? But you don't have GTA 5 and PS4?
I don't know PS4.
We've covered that, Rhys.
Yeah, I'm just...
So GTA 5, your opinion of that game?
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. Played out just like a massive long movie, especially with the I guess the graphics and everything like that. It was awesome. But yeah,
Oh, you like
just-
the graphics too?
Yeah, why not?
You
Would
like
you play
graphic?
it with better graphics?
I guess.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know,
what.
see, this is the same game. Like, yeah.
No, there's more horses.
There's cats. Whoa! That's one thing I want to talk about.
Horses?
So
That you can
there's
kick a cat?
There's a cat. I saw a cat and I was like, cool, I want to see what happens. Bit of
Okay.
I
Did you
chased
shoot
the
it?
cat and I went to kick the cat.
Were you Trevor at
So
this
I
time?
thought, no, just
Adam
Franklin.
Sandler came out. He's like, "You kicked my dog."
That didn't happen, sadly
Oh,
enough. But I
yeah,
chased
'cause
the
it's a cat.
cat, and I was trying to kick it multiple times. Couldn't kick it, but the cat ran around. I heard a car screech, hit the cat, turned around, the cat was hit by a car.
That's awesome.
So it was quite interesting to see a cat getting hit
This
by
was all
an
first
NPC
person?
of a car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I looked at the cat, and yep.
So that's
cat's
one of
just
the big
there.
changes.
Opening
That's it.
scene, played in first person, died a lot. What's that beeping about?
Oh, I think that's full. That's frustrating.
No.
We're going to go black. Let's pause!
Oh,
You were meant to check
to the
that.
pause mobile. What?
So what we were talking about, is that going?
So you just had to fix the camera. Yes, it's going now,
I
Doug.
pointed at it.
I forgot to delete a file. I apologise, everyone.
Grand Theft Auto 5, we're discussing about
Yeah.
the difference.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
the new one has first person mode.
Yeah.
Cole.
Yeah, no, I did recall
So
that.
it's
Like on a
as we
thing.
said, Far Cry GTA. Now, me and Doug had a conversation. I said to Doug, I'm like, do you think
Yes,
it looks...
we did.
Me and Doug do talk outside of the podcast. I
No,
know it's
no.
hard to believe because we don't get along at all anywhere. I said to Doug, I'm like, oh, do you think that it looks awesome? And Doug said to me, he's gone, I can't really tell the difference that much.
Yep.
But
That's
I
the thing.
thought I was going to be more blown away because
it's same.
all the trailers really
The
set you
game-
up for, oh, it's so good.
yeah, the game already looked awesome. And then playing it again, it still looks awesome. I think the thing that puts it in perspective of how good it does look and how well it performs on the PlayStation is when you go first person and you look into detail of more of the stuff, like the cars and all that other stuff.
Even that, I felt playing it that I was just looking at the same game and I had to actually stop and I literally went to the menu to see if there was like something that I didn't have turned on or something like that.
looking at people, like pedestrians and all that, they are way more detailed than what was
Did
in
you
it at
recently play last gen GTA at all?
all. No, I hadn't
No.
played it in a fair while.
Yeah, so I haven't played it in a long time, and
The Last of Us was the same.
Yeah.
I started playing the next gen version of that.
And
Didn't
that
think
game
it
did
was-
look amazing when it first came out anyway.
Well, I think that's why, because they were both so graphically impressive and just the whole scope of the games were really
Yeah.
good. That it really takes the shine off it.
yeah.
So it would be interesting if you'd only ever played... I wonder if you did it the other way around and played only PS4 version, then went
Yeah.
back and played the other one. You'd be
It
like,
would say
whoa,
it.
this looks terrible.
I think one
There's
of the
less
reasons
grass.
why I don't think I was blown away, like it still looks really nice, but I just wasn't absolutely amazed, is because it doesn't look as good as a game just designed for next gen.
Yeah.
So, like, I've played the latest Assassin's Creed, and yes, it's glitchy, but it looks really nice. Like
Yeah.
the character animations of the faces and everything.
Which
are
one's the
heaps better.
new-
Unity. Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed
well, that's
Unity.
the latest one.
There's a new Assassin's
When's
Creed
that
out.
set? Like future?
Paris.
Future.
Or like with
like-
Prince, like
when?
Unity.
Number 6 of this, like in 5 years, whatever it be.
Yeah.
When it is next, or whatever
Full
will be
next gen,
current
yeah.
gen, I suppose now.
yeah.
It'll technically
man,
be
all
current
mine.
gen. I wonder how much better it really will be.
Well, when you look at a game that first came out on the 360 compared to the, like GTA 5, which came out at the very end, like there's a massive difference between them.
There's still going to be the limitation of the two different consoles not being console exclusive.
Well, there's already a clear difference between GTA 5 right now. When you compare the videos of Xbox One to PS4, there's a lot less foliage on the Xbox One than
Grass.
there is PS4.
Yeah, foliage.
Grass.
I'll
Foliage.
foil you.
Foliage?
Or that was grass.
So it's like when we play Rust and you take off grass to make it perform better. I think that's
But
what
you
Xbox...
still get dicks.
Yeah, still get
you don't have to turn
Exactly.
grass off anymore. It was like, I think it was such a big point of contention for Gary, of Gary's mod fame, that he was like, you shouldn't have to fucking turn grass off like he was full having a rant. I think,
Well, I
if
wonder
I
how
was
he
a
feels.
designer, he's like, these days you shouldn't be turning off grass to have a game run properly. And he's like, I've taken out the option to turn off grass.
I just took it off.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
really?
like
So
you
you
should
can't
either be able to run it with it or that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was like, if you can't run my game, fuck you.
No,
Well,
he
I
was
wonder
like,
how he feels about GTA then. If he's just picked it up on an Xbox One and he's just like, no,
fuck this.
not happy. There's not enough
If
grass.
you picked it up on last year and there was no grass,
There was some grass.
there was some
You're like,
weeds.
oh, there's some grass over there next to the flat grass
No, you
on
got
the
to
ground.
get your scope out and zoom in. And be like, I think
That's
that's
the
some
thing.
grass.
And the other thing that puts it in perspective as well is when you go up on a hill and you look at like a field or something, it does look better. There's more detail and you can see the horizon and a lot more to that as well. It's not just blurred straight out.
I haven't
when
left the city yet.
Have you not? See, I went straight to the hills. I'll run to the hills.
I was going to say the films are alive. With the sound of music.
I'm doing a more modern-ish song. Iron
Classics,
Maiden,
mate.
but you're just sounding. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. At least we're in the music background. It's cool. And I went to the hills and looked at the what was it? The field that they
Mount Chiliad?
no cherries. The cherries thing. They
Oh, yeah,
make
the-
wine.
The one. Grapevines.
Grapevines. That's it. Cherries.
Vineyards.
Vineyards. This guy. I don't.
Vineyards. I've mispronounced that, Cole.
And
That's like
they just look like from a distance. They look really, really nice, and it just looks like a very immersive
Lush?
area. Lush. Very pretty.
I've stopped and taken photos of really nice, scenery. and
Don't know
stuff.
how to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you put
just
like
get
a camera phone
yeah,
in
you
the
get
game.
camera phone.
I took a
in Rutherglen.
photo.
Sorry?
Like in Rutherglen, like just down the road.
just down the road.
You're just like, oh, this should be.
Yeah,
What is?
In
This
the
is
King Valley.
GTA.
I took a photo of a.
Yeah, I was first
I don't know
person
what she
driving
was.
the other day.
It was on in third person. Well, I was freaked out.
Well, I took a photo of some chick's breasts on the game, and she called the cops.
What?
Yeah, she called the cops.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I don't know
cool.
if it was because I was standing near it and it just annoys people. Because if you stand near people and you stare at them, some of them they just try and fight you.
Oh, really?
It's like, what are you doing, man? Now you're pissing me off. And they just-
How I
try and
talked
fight.
about the traffic looking like it was more on the trailer.
Hasn't felt like there's
Is
more.
it no? But on the freeway is the main spot where they ever did you been on? The
I don't know.
freeway?
I think there might be more traffic at certain periods of the time of the day.
Yeah.
Is it still that thing where there's like none all of a sudden, and then you just turn the other way and then look back?
No,
and there's
no,
all
that's
like
what
a
they've
truck
changed.
up
Yeah,
Yeah,
I find that there's constant traffic. Like there's always traffic there.
That's what they wanted to stop with the upgraders that drop in and drop out, like just a flash in of like a car or something like this. They wanted to avoid that completely. I've only noticed it way off in the distance, but not anywhere that's like close where you turn
Yeah,
around
so
and there's
you're, like,
like,
looking
oh
at the
shit, there's a
horizon.
truck right in front of me.
and then look at your scope and you can like zoom into
Yeah.
it.
Well, that
What
was
wasn't there
mainly
previous.
like a PlayStation 2 thing issue because it didn't have enough RAM. So they were like, "Yep, if we want to have all this stuff going on, we can only render."
Of
what
course,
is
if
in
you're trying to
front
play
of us."
GTA 5 on the PlayStation 2, nothing's going to fucking render.
Yeah, not much anyway. Maybe the title screen.
Yeah.
Pretty good title screen though.
That'd take like a year
You
to
look
load.
like CJ.
You know what annoyed me at first, though? The very first thing that got me in the game and I was just annoyed at
A
was
1.8
it got
gig download?
installed, right? No, literally, it got installed, and I was like, cool, it's installed on the menu screen of the PS4. Went into it, and then it went to an installing screen. And I was like, starting to install again. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Like
you
Apple,
got that as well?
when you just
And
try to
then
like back up your shit, and it's just like preparing to do everything, done everything, preparing to do more stuff, and you're like, you've done everything, what are you doing more
What
for?
done? What are you doing? This was the pre-prepare, all right? We were preparing you for the update.
Where I get
But then they go, and then also, if you want to play online, you got another update you got to do. 1.14 gig.
Like,
That's
see,
nice, thank
that's
you.
understandable that like online play.
that was
always
a
needs an
big
update
day
and stuff,
one
but
update that it done.
Every game
No, but
seems
this
to
is
have
the thing. There was a day one, I don't think it was a day one update, was it? Because
Yeah.
I played online without having that update.
Oh.
Which doesn't make sense. Because I played online, there were people online, I used my character, I converted my character over to online from PS3, and then it said, after I've turned my PlayStation back on again, there's an update and you can't play online.
Maybe there has been. There was an update on November 22nd, which actually came out. So if it was 2 days ago that you were you had to update it, then yeah.
Maybe.
Because I only got it a couple of days back, so yeah.
Okay, well, that
Do you know
makes
what
sense.
I played this week?
What?
Forgot what it's called. So I don't know either. Crossy Road.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So let's
It's,
continue GTA. So,
Yeah, much better than... Yeah, I'll show everyone at home. Show our watchers. It's like some weird version, free to play.
It's like Frogger.
Yeah, essentially Frogger, but like off its head. It's pretty fun. I was playing it
You
with
waste a lot of time on your iPhone games. Don't you?
he's got a lot of downtime at work, I
I
guess.
do. I really do. So
Should be selling a car. No, I'm going to play a...
No, he's just going to play in traffic.
Yeah.
I played like an hour of this today.
Yeah?
And I was busy at work. So that's pretty impressive.
You're busy playing that game.
I really was genuinely busy at work today.
No one believes it. Yeah, no one believes it.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, I just had some in between of probably why I ended up being further busy, where I could have like
Nutted out
chipped
some more
away.
problems.
Yeah, a few little things I could have chipped away at. Instead, like they got condensed way down into a shorter period of.
Like milk.
So-
That's delicious.
Yep, condensed it down into
Yeah.
But then they add sugar, and then
Sweet. Nice and sweet.
it's sweet and
So did
and
you make it
condensed.
more sweet when you condensed it in?
Probably stressed,
Oh.
rather than sweetened. Stressed.
Yeah, it's stretched.
And I went home.
This is
That-
now the cooking podcast.
I went home.
Cooking
for,
your emotions.
I went home for lunch today. That also took up extra time.
What?
Yeah, I had Thai at home. I forgot to take to work for lunch, so I had to come home and have that.
Come home, put it on, eat it.
Just popped
and
in
go back
the-
to work.
He was at work for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then I
but he was
watched-
busy then because he was only at work for 5 minutes.
And then I watched an episode of Simpsons while I was home.
There's
How
32
long is your
minutes
lunch
wasted.
break?
That was like 45.
Jesus.
That's a very quick trip over here.
7
watching
minutes.
Simpsons, eating
Takes
food.
7 minutes to get here.
That's
It's
pretty
tiny.
quick.
It's very quick.
Or because I drive to and from work every day. Do you know how long it takes you to get to work? Cole wouldn't know. He doesn't have work. Like,
Well, there's no traffic when I'm driving around.
You're talking to Lucas and then he just starts insulting.
yeah, I
He's
just
trying
go
to
through
push,
shit.
push it all on Cole now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter for Rhys. He works for his
Horrible
parents.
person.
He just comes and goes as he wishes.
I do not.
So ask his
Cole's
dad.
professional.
When was the last
Madden
time you were
player.
even on time,
Yeah.
Rhys?
For the last 3 weeks. I've been pretty good. Pretty good.
So, sorry, back to
Crossy
GTA because you
Road.
have Crossy Road sounds riveting.
Frog
So,
Up
You will love it. It's actually.
It's
you
that
will
interesting
love
we start talking about other useless shit, Doug. That's how fun your game sounds so far. Crossy Road. It's the modern Frogger, is that right?
it. Roughly.
now, Rhys,
Probably got microtransactions.
back to Grand Theft Auto.
I
'cause
don't play
I've
it.
got,
No, we're not talking about Crossy
I've got
Road
a fair bit
anymore.
more to discuss on this
Yep.
game. Okay, so first person mode.
How do you have more?
Shut up, Doug.
Because we've actually played the game. So, first person mode really changes a lot of aspects of the game.
Yep.
Especially the rating aspect. Now, I thought when GTA 5 first came out that the rating of R was probably a little bit heavy for the game. Okay. I thought it was like, yeah, MA could have gone past with MA.
They did drop the C-bomb within the game.
Yeah, but
That's
There's
an instant
drugs.
R
That's the big one.
yeah. However, like drug use, yes, I can understand, give it R and stuff like that. But with first person mode actually put on there, the game is actually a lot more brutal than when I first played it. Like, it didn't feel as dramatically like brutal originally when I first got GTA on the Xbox 360. But playing this, especially having a knife and stabbing someone, have you done that?
No, I have not.
It's full first person. You are standing right there and you see the knife go in, blood start coming out, and you pull the knife and you see their facial reaction of getting stabbed.
But that has gone through something like a lot of games before. Like, if you think about Dishonored and all that, they stab them through the temple and everything like that.
Yeah, but Dishonored has
Cole's brother's calling me.
a very
What is
primary
it?
like aspect of how the game's supposed to play out. Like you're an assassin, you're supposed to go in there and kill these people.
Yeah.
Whereas GTA, you can stop the entire story at any stage and just be an ordinary citizen walking about and just
Killing
decide to kill
pedestrians.
someone.
Yeah.
And that's where like first person changes like that.
There'll probably
aspect
be
of
more
things.
people saying it was because of GTA that I'm a mass murderer now.
Yeah, but
It's because GTA first person
Blood
mode.
Money.
Yeah.
You guys played that?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you get the hammer and you just smash in the back of the guy's head, and it doesn't come out cleanly like every other game does. It's just like,
Then you gotta yank it
and
out.
then, it comes out of your skull. It's good times, but you know.
Did anyone else
Really
find
got
they
him.
die more? Like, I died more in the opening scene. I was probably too aggressive because you didn't really... I wasn't as
you driving in-
contextually aware of what my body was doing.
Yeah.
So I was sort of like popping my head out more than you would.
I
be
didn't
when
do this
you're-
open scene at all.
I'm pretty sure I did the first time I played it.
Really?
I was actually starting to write an article about first person when you add first person to a game that you originally was third person, and it has that distance sort of aspect of when you actually play. Like when you play a full first person game like Call of Duty and stuff, and you hit like up, it's an instant you're moving forward, and you stop and it's an instant stop. Whereas this has to keep that third person aspect to it, and when you're looking at someone, it's just like when you're riding a horse in a game and stuff like this. As a character, you push up and there's that slight second or part of a second instant before the character starts moving, and especially slowing down. And I found that when you're actually in the first person mode in GTA is you've got that as well. So it's not fully instant, but you've still got that when you stop, there's that slow down and there's that slight distance. It's very like minute millisecond of like
So
time.
What I found was when you slow down, Franklin waves his arms a bit. If you look in the mirror, and you move forward, he moves forward and he goes, he just waves his arms.
Lucas, do you mean when they do exclusively first person, it's probably less realistic because you just stop and it just
Yes.
stops?
Yeah.
And you strafe and it's not actually
I think
how
you
a
can
person
actually
works.
change the way that your character responds in the first person mode. You can actually make
Yeah,
it so
there's
there's no
lots of
head bobble,
options.
because in
Oh, really?
in GTA when you're running, there's
Yeah.
like the head bobble and moving and all that. Whereas you can take all that stuff off, I'm pretty sure.
That's it. I haven't
To make it,
fiddled around
and you
with
can change
controls
the,
yet.
the controls as well to be more like first person shooters.
Yeah, like
Oh,
more
really?
Call
Yeah.
of Duty
Okay.
options.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if I
like
want that.
I like how it works at the minute,
I'm
especially
fine with it.
on a
Doesn't bother me.
motorbike. Like it is so much fun to ride on a motorbike over
Then a
hills.
car, yep.
Yeah.
And get clipped and just sent in the air.
Yeah, when you get hit by someone, like in first person, you stay with the eyes of the actual character, so you feel like you're tumbling over and falling on the ground and getting
Yeah,
hit.
right.
And then when you get back up and another car hits you again, it's fucking chaos.
Do you
one-
think they will patch it for Project Morpheus? Projects? I don't know.
Oh, I would be amazing.
I
if
couldn't
they did.
imagine they won't. And surely someone will almost immediately, as soon as it's possible, do an Oculus version for PC.
Yeah.
They're just the way everything, how the character design is. Like normally someone patches a game and it doesn't quite work because there's not body parts and there's not it's not designed, like the camera hasn't been literally attached to a 3D head.
Yeah.
Like although like say DayZ is, because that's why it's weird, because it's an actual. They've just taken, this is an external 3D look. They've bolted the camera into the head, so when you look down, everything's there.
There's usually a first-person game
It's a
where your
camera and
eyes
the
usually
eyes will
are.
pretend.
Yeah,
Like in the
chest.
game is like the chest. That's like it's the gun height. Whereas in GTA first person, it does feel like you're in the eyes of the head because the gun is actually lower.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
You, like I felt a little bit taken aback when I first like was walking around with the gun and just shooting without going down the iron sight and stuff like that because it was lower.
You can go
It
down
was-
the iron sight, but
Oh no, that's what. Yeah, you can do that.
Which that's because that's the big difference. Because normally it's a camera, and then it's just they artificially put arms on the screen so you can see it, you can feel fine with it, and it just shoots in the middle of the screen. Like normally it's just, I guess, a programming thing. Instead, it's more like a simulation, I guess, the way GTA works, because they already had a 3D character and everything worked correctly.
Yeah.
And instead
But-
they've just bolted the camera up on the head.
they've changed the way that when you go to first person, your whole character design changes as well.
Yeah.
Like, have you looked in a mirror when you go first person?
You were saying that.
Yeah. Your character's on a look out, on an angle, so his whole body's on an angle, and when you
Oh,
move,
you mean
when you
they've
move forward,
changed
move
the
backwards,
stance of the
They changed the
character.
stance and the whole like way it moves. Like, if you remember when you're in GTA, if you hold forward, your character moves forward. If you click backwards, he'll turn around and start moving backwards.
Yep.
So whereas on first person, that does not happen. You move forward, you move backward, you're still looking forward.
He walks backwards.
Yeah. So if you go to Franklin's house, look in the mirror, and move forward and backward and back and forth, left
Yeah,
and
so
right.
they've still created a second set of animation for the first
Yeah.
person.
So they have actually added a fair bit to this whole first person
And then obviously
element to it.
the one thing I was impressed, like really crappy little thing, but just because the early mission you do with Franklin is in a sports car.
Yeah.
And you can hear all the crackling and revving and stuff in the sports car. The gear changes, actually the revs like hit like way up into the red, and then it snaps the gear and goes back down the revs.
Yeah.
Like the revs are actually specifically...
You see all the
But not just speed. Like normally they do speed and revs never normally do anything. But they've actually specifically tied revs and sound together on the taco.
Even when you put
that's
on
ridiculous
you put
level
on
of detail.
helmets and stuff as well, the visor comes up and it goes a bit darker. You got
that is
the
annoying.
sun visors.
It's so annoying.
Jumping in motorbikes is annoying because you just see the sky for a long period of time. Unless you push down, and then by the time you push down...
you're supposed to jump and then tilt the bike back down so that you can see. Because if you just jump and you leave the bike, of course, you're just going to keep looking at the sky.
I try to tilt, but by the time I tilt, I've hit the ground, and I don't know where I am.
You got the
So
slowest bike
there's no
ever.
right stick for him to just move his neck and his head. And
You
No,
can,
you
but
can.
it always snaps back.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
But
unless
it's really hard
you're
to look sideways and drive forward,
Yeah.
just like real life.
unless you're stationary. If you stop at a car, you can actually look and it stays in that direction that you're
And you
looking.
can flip people off. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
you can
found
press
that,
the
I was like,
I was
what?
riding a push bike up a hill, just flipping off birds.
Like
Giving
birds,
birds
that
the
was
bird.
birds. Oh.
Yeah, giving birds a bird. It's pretty fun.
What
But
birds flew overhead?
there's birds up above you. Yeah.
How much mission have you played?
How much mission?
I haven't got very
That's
far
how
in the
many
game.
missions.
I think I've done the first mission, and then I got a haircut.
Actually, yeah, I did get a haircut too.
Because I've bought it to play online, but I hopefully will be going back and forth and playing the story again.
Yeah.
Are you not going to kill Trevor this time,
I'm not
Lucas?
going to kill Trevor this
No,
time.
poor choice.
I'm going to kill Michael.
You're killing people. Oh, what are you doing?
Exactly. You
Save
don't kill
everyone.
anyone.
No,
Take all the things.
You are a jerk, sir.
Franklin.
I
Idiot.
totally
I'll go
forgot
for
that your
it.
mates died at the start. I was like, whoa. When the bloke got shot in the head when he was driving, Mark was like, come away, bro.
Yeah, get out of the car.
Well, it was just the drivers there.
Oh, it wasn't even your friend.
No, I don't think so.
Brad was. Brad died.
It was a lot
Yeah.
easier to shoot the guard that was holding Michael hostage.
But
in
easier
first
to
person.
shoot him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like morally,
I didn't want
you
to,
mean?
but
Like you were
Yeah.
okay with it?
morally,
was
I
fine.
wasn't okay with it. I was thinking back. I'm like, did I kill this guy? Did this not happen?
Yeah, I was trying to remember that too. I was
Because
like, I don't remember.
Michael says something in that scene, and then it comes back in like later on in the mission. Remember when he says, "You forget something." You see 1,000 things in a day. You're going to forget something once, or
Oh
something
yeah, and
like
it comes
that.
back later on in the.
But it's
that's
like-
just his saying.
So you must say that all the
Yeah.
time. Okay.
Yeah.
I probably missed that throughout the game, so that's fine.
So I did shoot the guy in the head straight away, but I thought maybe I should have shot his gun or his hand or something like that because he had a much more easy aim. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Maybe that's why that scene wasn't as pivotal. Because I thought that, I was like, whoa, I don't remember being in this situation.
But at right
And
at the
then I
start
was
of the
like,
game,
oh, well, it's Trevor, he's crazy.
they put you in such a dramatic situation to start off with that so much is going on, and when you jump to first person straight away, it's very hard to control.
Yes.
I struggled a lot, and then they're just like they're yelling at me, God, what are you doing? Just get him in the room. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And you gotta like aim the gun at the people, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that's what you gotta do. But I was just stressing out, and then using the phone, I pulled up the phone, I'm like, what do I do now? And it's like, you need to call someone. I'm like, I don't know which buttons to press, and it just means you just press the call button.
I do enjoy
Pretty fun.
the whole setup of the start of the game. It's just like any cool action movie where like, yeah, we're straight into stuff. We're not explaining who anyone is, and there's just like middle of shit going down. And then obviously it's the, can I use prelude now? Is that the correct use of the word? It's the prelude to the story. You missed last week and you don't listen, you're a prick. But
Oh, no.
yeah, but then I enjoy that you just get to do actiony stuff and then bang credits sort of roll. Like it's a cool setup to the game. Like it's definitely gets you, gets you moved. Like so many games you're like, it's like a drag. The first half hour of like teach you how to walk. Don't need to learn that. God damn it. It's like I suppose they don't have to. They're a lot more mature audience. Like in theory, there shouldn't be 12-year-olds playing this.
No.
And most
Or
people
3-year-olds.
yeah, or
Lucas.
3-year-olds.
Are you three?
Yeah.
Luke thinks it's an okay game to let his son play with him.
He's 3.
We drive up
Come on,
Mount
son, let's go
Chiliad.
kill a hooker.
Naturally, where all the
And-
cannibals
And you pick
are.
up a hitchhiker and you take him to the Coles and you just like,
Yeah.
see, don't do that. That's what happens when you hitchhike. Like,
It's a lesson. It's a
lesson
lesson
number
game.
one.
Yeah. So he loves watching me like riding boats and stuff like
When
that.
cars are
so.
driving, don't go near them because they'll hit you.
And
no
the
matter
good
what.
thing is too, Luke, is both him watching you do non-aggressive stuff. That's cool. He's like, oh, that's really cool. Dad plays it,
And
and
then
then
he jumps
Dad's at
on it.
work. Oh, pop this in and play this.
Because he
And
was
then,
playing Plants vs Zombies
Loves
by
Plants
himself
vs.
at home.
Loves Plants vs.
which one?
Zombies.
So he
Warfare
understands
one?
how to shoot
Garden
stuff.
Warfare. Garden
I
Warfare's
just saw that
great.
the other day and I was like, what's going on? Why does this need like a fancy cover? And then my mate's like, yeah, it's like first person or third person, whatever it is, and
Yeah.
you just run around and you're like,
It's
you know,
full awesome.
what's his name? Barbell or
I've never played
Dick
the
Bell
game.
from Pokemon? You know, the big.
Victor Bell.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
They
yep,
purely just like
The big thing.
the big thing.
ripped off Call of Duty, and they
Oh, yeah.
weren't up. Like they weren't ashamed about the fact that they're like, "Yep, we're just being every other first person."
It's the guys that made Battlefield.
Yeah, and it's just exactly the same.
Is it really?
I'm pretty sure it's the same engine and stuff as the Battlefield.
And then they
looks
decided
really
to
good.
call
Like,
it
looks
Yeah, I
Garden
looked at the cover and I was like,
Yeah.
this looks pretty schmick.
It's fun.
like it was polished. Like I suppose they just set their goal of this is what we want to do. They weren't trying to reinvent the wheel or anything. They're like, let's just do this and we'll just have it look really good. But I still couldn't see if it would have sold that well. It's like it seems like a shift from their original audience of what it was on phone.
Yeah, it's a very different game on the phone.
completely different game. Maybe they just want to get a new market.
Well, going back to first person and me being
Look at
a
this
civic
segue.
jock.
He's doing good.
Boom. As a jock,
Right.
ESPN NFL 2K5 has first person.
Yeah.
And it's severely hard.
2K5.
Yeah. Like, it's like the ESPN NFL didn't take off. Obviously, Madden did, and it's killing
Okay.
it. Had first person, and being the centre, the big fat guy hikes the ball, and all you got is this other big fat guy in your grill. Like, it's hard. And you've got the helmet comes around, you're like lacking vision, and then you have like your big grill in front of you, so you don't smash
God
your
damn
face
it.
open. It's hard. And then you're like, oh, I'll be the quarterback. Worst decision ever. Guys coming from your blind sides, obviously, why there's now a position blind side.
Yeah.
Everything like that.
Oh,
Try
and
and
there's
throw
a
the
movie
ball
called The
over-
Blind Side.
Yeah,
Good movie,
it was
Sandra
good.
Bullock.
I cried. You?
Yep.
Wait, is that about?
watched
Is
it.
that
I
about?
think I did.
Yeah.
Is that about
Sandra
sport?
Bullock was in
Oh,
it.
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Beautiful
Oh.
movie. Beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Phantasm.
Haven't watched it.
Phantasm.
And yeah, like being a quarterback, hardest thing ever because you got to like it literally gives you the right analog stick to move your head just to look where players are.
Yeah.
And then you're like everybody else is 7 foot and you got to look over them, sort of thing. So it's crazy hard. And
Did you ever
Nah.
get a try?
No,
No?
it's touchdown, mate.
Sorry.
I did
You
see.
can try to get a touchdown. But you can't touch.
There you go,
down
that's
to
what I
get a
meant.
try,
Yeah.
right?
Did you get a try for a touchdown?
Cole, did you see someone had done a YouTube series of pretty much just trying to? I think they systematically went through heaps of sporting games and just tried to break them. So they went through and made an entire team as big as they possibly.
yeah, I did see that. I used to do that in AFL 95
Yeah, you're
on the
sadistic
PS1.
enough to do it.
And you can just max it out. So you can put a handicap on it so all your players are really good and kick 70 metres, whatever. But you can make everybody...
That'd be really far, Rhys. Instead of about
That's like
50.
further than you can run in like one stint.
Mate, I could do that with 3 stints.
What?
Exactly. I'm that
yeah, so you
good.
can just make everybody like super high and then you make them like super short. And they're not blazed, they're just really tall. They're not that high.
That's what I used to do in
They're really high.
Like-
They're
in NBA.
I'm getting it.
NBA 97, I think it was. I used to play with a friend from school. Used to go over to his place and we used to make characters. And there was always a character I created called
I
Volt.
wondered where this story was going. You said
Volt Wicked.
Volt Wicked.
Volt Wicked was my character, and he was always the tallest guy.
Why did you get rid of that? You should have kept that as your online handle. Volt Wicked here.
He's
Because internet probably didn't exist then
No,
still.
you should have kept it.
He's the NBA guy. So
That's only when I play NBA. I only have
It's his job persona. Yeah.
Volt Wicked when I play NBA.
So he was the tallest guy. His head was literally off the screen every single match. And every time he had the ball, he would like bounce it and like take 3 steps and just literally stand at the thing and just drop it in. It's fucking hilarious.
He was wicked. Wicked at
That was
people.
before they put in any sort of stops. For
Restrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah. People cannot
10
be
feet
that
tall.
tall. Even Volt Wicked can't. It's true.
Cool. Well, Cole, how's your first podcast been?
Hot and sweaty just the way I like it. So, that's been good.
That's
Yeah.
good, just like every Friday night.
Do you like how you can see a bit of skin through Doug's shirt with his buttons?
Not from that side, though. It doesn't flipping matter.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mofo.
I just keep getting it in my vision, so
just the skin flap.
a bit of
That's
it-
why you're getting distracted.
just a bit of a tease. That's all it is. Yeah.
I could.
Horrible, Doug. Horrible.
You're a prick.
Hey, whoa.
You're a real piece.
So we do recommend getting GTA again.
Other than Colt doesn't. Same game.
Same game. If you want first, buy a gun. Like, go outside.
Don't do that.
Whoa.
Kick a cat, whatever.
We don't endorse this
Kick a
attitude.
cat, scare
There's a
cat
reason
in front
games
of a
are
car.
available
Or
to
if
these
you can't
things.
kick a cat because it's too fast, just like keep chasing it until you hear a car, just like cat's dead.
Or you could just do that in
And then
GTA.
punch a prosy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you see one in the head,
Yeah.
like not in the back because that's a dog shot, but
Yeah.
it's like oi, tap him on the
No,
shoulder.
donkey punch.
Yeah, yeah, sweet, no worries.
These guys are just violent, aren't they? Is it because video games?
That was sport.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, different.
See, it's like straight away in sports, like umpires there, call you off. It's like 50-man penalty. You're like, oh, what for? I only punched him once. Like, oh. See, in real life, punch a bloke, nothing happens. You're like, oh, do it again.
One hit punch, boom, dead. You're out. You're in jail. You're going.
You can do that in GTA, and it feels bad.
It does feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and play GTA after this because you've really all talked me into it.
Good. All right.
Dang.
How's flying a plane, by the way, in first person?
Haven't done it yet.
Haven't done it yet.
It's the point of
Yeah,
having
I'm gonna
you
go
on
and
the
try
I've become a bird, though. They've added this thing called peyote. I know that's a real thing.
GTA made this thing called a drug.
But there's like 30 or so peyote plants that you go up and you eat, and then you fall over hallucinating and you become an animal in the game.
Yeah.
So I was a bird at the top of Mount Chiliad and stuff, and I started flying off. And the menu sort of pops up to tell you how to fly the bird and stuff, and what like X and square and stuff does. But it only pops up for a short period of time, so if you don't read it real fast, and I found that always with Rockstar games, that like I'm too focused on the game and not what the text that
It's like
pops
a
up.
dozen controls. It couldn't be that hard.
No. So I'm flying as this bird, and I was like, oh shit, how do I land again? So I start flying closer to the ground, and I just keep pushing all these buttons. Nothing's happened. The bird just literally slams into the ground. The neck snaps back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they'll wake up, and I'm like, oh, I killed the bird.
That's awesome.
So I was also a stag, and I ran all the way to town. It took me half an hour, and I started headbutting people.
I want to do
What's
all
a
these
stat?
things.
It is fun. You can be a shark.
Can you do that in the last gen, Carl? No, you can't.
I don't know.
There you go.
Don't do drugs. Yeah, don't do drugs.
It's fine. Don't do drugs. Just go out and kill
Don't
people.
do drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Just no drugs. Drugs
Well,
bad.
Rhys winning slow, Lucas winning slow, Cole Taylor,
Douglas
and
Bride.
Douglas Bride, and we bid you farewell.
Indeed.
Episode 91.
91.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Peace.
Deuce.